You are creating a Windows Forms application. The application uses a SQL command object named CMD. The CMD object executes the following store procedure. Create procedure get phone list as begin select name, phone from customers select company name, phone from suppliers and you need to add all returned rows to the list box control named LSD phones. Which code segment should you use? Option A. SQL data reader RDR equals cmd.execute reader, do, while, rdr.read, lst-phones.items.add rdr.get string 0 plus \t plus rdr.get string 1, while, rdr.next result. Option B. SQL data reader RDR equals cmd execute reader, while, rdr.read, lst-phones.items.add rdr.get string 0 plus \t plus rdr.get string 1. Option C. SQL data reader RDR equals cmd execute reader, while, rdr.next result, while, rdr.read, lst-phones.items.add rdr.get string 0 plus \t plus rdr.get string 1. Option D. SQL data reader RDR equals cmd execute reader, while, rdr.next result, lst-phones.items.add rdr.get string 0 plus \t plus rdr.get string 1. The correct answer is option A. You want to execute an event handler asynchronously from a Windows form. You need to write code that uses the background worker component named bgw-execute to execute the work handler method. Which code segment should you use? Option A. Event handler work equals new event handler work handler, bgw-execute.run worker async work. Option B. Thread start ts background equals new thread start work handler, bgw execute.report progress 100, ts background. Option C. Thread start ts background equals new thread start work handler, bgw execute.run worker async ts background. Option D. bgw execute.do work plus equals new do work event handler work handler, bgw execute.run worker async. The correct answer is option D. You create an application that provide accessibility features. Your standard forms display a background image. When the user selects use high contrast in the accessibility options and control panel, you want this image to be removed. You need to add an event to handle this accessibility setting change. Which event should you use? Option A. This style changed. Option B. System events. User preference changed. Option C. This change UIQs. Option D. System events. Display settings changed. The correct answer is option B. You are creating a Windows Forms application. You add an error provider component named ERP errors and a date time picker control named DTP start date to the application. The application also contains other controls. You need to configure the application to display an error notification icon next to DTP start date when the user enters a date that is greater than today's date. Which two actions should you perform? Each correct answer presents part of the solution. Choose two. Option A. Ends for the validating event of DTP start date, create an event handler named verify start date. Option B. For the validated event of DTP start date, create an event handler named verify start date. Option C. In the properties window for DTP start date, set the value of error on ERP errors to date out of range. Option D. In verify start date, call ERP errors. Set error DTP start date, date out of range, if the value of DTP start date value is greater than today's date. Image. Option E. ends in verify start date. Call ERP-errors.set error DTP start date, null, if the DTP start date value is greater than today's date. Answer.